you told me you had met Curren at a point in time.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And you told me like that was one of the ones that he was very interested in.
Yeah, for sure.
So like, could you tell me about the time you met Curren and the significance of that particular event?
I went to college in Miami, and so I seen that it was a sneaker convention coming there, and I was like, oh, this gives me an excuse to kind of tap back into the city. And so I pulled up, man. I took a flight out there, mailed all the prints off to one of my old professors, had my old roommate come pick me up, and he helped me set everything up. And at the time, we just had prints. And so looking back on it, bro, it was terrible. It's not the right way to display, you know what I'm saying, your work. But man, I knew Curren was gonna be there. They had advertised it. And so it just so happened, man, my roommate, he had some people that knew some people that was connected to him. So it was easy for once he got in the room, he could kind of like move him over to my direction.
Yeah.
So when he came through, man, he was just like blown away. You know, it tripped me out. He was just sitting back, just, bro, you did this? I'm like, yeah, man. He's like, this shit cold, bro.
That's
like, you
right.
know? And so he actually wanted to buy some at that time, but he was just like, bro, you don't have them framed. And I'm in the bus, like, you know what I'm saying? If I roll these up, take them on the bus, they're gonna get destroyed. And he was just like pointing out like 3 or 4 or 5 different ones that he liked. And he was really just giving me game, man, just like saluting me and telling me to keep going. And it was like, man, I know some people here and here like that are looking for this, like people at Adidas, you know, probably really looking for people like you. So like, keep at it, you know what I'm saying?
Fire.
And so it was a lesson, man. I really like took what he was saying, like, you're right, bro. We should have had these frames. We should have had it displayed a certain way. Because if that was the case, he could have walked away with 5 of them. So I always remembered that, and I got wind that he was coming through Fat Caps.
Fire.
Some years later, it was like the next year, early the next.
Oh, so
year.
this was only 1 year later.
And it may not even been that. It might have been within that same year. I can't remember at this point, but.
So did you present these pieces to him in 2016?
Yeah.
So when you first made them, so.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, like on your Instagram, it is like a year later.
Okay.
It's 2017.
Yeah.
So a year later.
Yeah. So a year later, bro, he was at Fat Cats, man, and I pulled up on him. I had like 4 of them framed in the car, and I had 1 on hand. And I didn't even get all the way up to him in the line. He just seen me and pointed me out, nigga, you a hustler. You a fucking hustler, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just remembered me. And man, we took a photo together, and he bought the one that I had on. He didn't buy all 4, but he bought one, and he actually bought the Accident Waiting to Happen piece with the snake. So that was cool, man. I got me on the list too, so I could get it to the concert that night. And this is wild about how things work, man. I actually met Yo Breezy that same night.
Wow.
So Yo Breezy took, like, I would say now and moving forward, it's gonna become even more classic, but it's a classic photo he took of me, man, of that night and capturing that moment. And then after that, and that's when I kind of fell into doing the art houses with, you know, Breezy's events and just getting in the mix in Nashville, you know what I'm saying? So that was a pivotal moment, man, all of that kind of stacking on top of each other.